Welcome back. Mother Nature is angry, and the heat waves are prevailing all over the planet, from the United States to Japan. The wildfires in Greece, in Spain, in Italy, you would find the heat waves all over the world, causing a lot of casualties. So, what are the most important health risks, and how we can avoid being in this risk, or how to avoid the very bad repercussions of the heat waves? Thank God we do not suffer the same heat waves in many places, but still the temperatures are very high. To shed more light on the major health risks and how to avoid them, we are very much delighted to have with us by phone Professor Dr. Hoda Rezkana, Professor of Intensive Care, Faculty of Medicine, Cairo University. A very good morning to you, Dr. Hoda.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
Fine, thank you, Doctor. Before we start, what are the most important major risks we are unfortunately would suffer from the high temperatures?
Well, as a matter of fact, there are two items which is very clear at this heat waves. Either we have heat exhaustion or heat strikes, and both are definitely very serious, because the effect on the brain is very tangible, and also it brings a lot of system failure in the body. So what we are facing right now, a condition which was not around since more than 1,000 years. So it was like a surprise for each person to face such a heat wave. And it was accompanied with a lot of serious dryness and serious also
Yes, Dr.
as you can
Rezkana,
see,
UN
it was
Secretary.
accompanied with a lot of serious and dryness,
Yes.
and also fires everywhere.
Yes,
So
UN
fires
Secretary
was
General
a
Antonio
very
Guterres said we started already, we ended the era of climate change and starting the boiling era. It's a must now for the whole world to cooperate together to put an end to this disaster, climate change. But let me stick to the medical side and to see the opportunity to speak with you and in detail about how we can avoid the health risks because of the heat or the high temperatures. First, let's start with being exposed to the sun and to drink a lot of its water or fluids in general. How to avoid dehydration?
Well, dehydration definitely is the most serious now event. You can see that the effect on the human body is very dramatic, because the people, when they are exposed to such a heat wave, they usually they are around and outdoor. They are not facing this inside a shaded area, but they are exposed to the heat and to the X-ray, the scenic ray of the sun, which is dramatic, and it brings you a state of stress and a serious also sensation of delirium. They are facing delirium, and they are not concentrating, because the heat here affects the central parts of the brain. And when it strikes and you are not facing area with a hell of shades or area to protect your body from the extra heat, you have a very dangerous area for the body and the system of dehydration and the system of the renal effect, and also all the issues which is accompanied with the
Let's go
condition.
from the general to the specific, Dr. Huda. For example, can I say it that clear that being exposed to the sun or to extreme heat, like what the whole world is suffering right now, may raise the risk of clots, of cardiac arrest, of cardiac failure even? Is it something related to that? Because you would find many people now, just without even medical consultation, depending on tablets or medications, including salicylic acid, to protect their hearts. If this is true.
Well, I don't advise such a take for the sulfuric acid, because it's forbidden to have aspirin or any medical recipe during this attack. The most important step is to get away from this area which is deprived from coverage or protection from the sun, and try to be in a shaded area and use an area which is not exposed seriously to such direct heat wave.
Yep.
The thing that the people think that we have to drink too much water. No, water should be taken gradually with the repeated sips. You take the water gradually and
sips of water all over the day.
Yeah, and try to expose the body to sprinkles of water around the groin area and the back of the neck and the forehead, of course. And even if you would like to extend or to relax or to get a protection area, if you are in a club or in an area which you have to search for area which you can extend your body and raise your legs and drink the water gradually, because this is very important to
amen to that. And this is something which I want to focus on, if you permit me, regarding hypotension, because unfortunately
hypotension is a dramatic effect, of course, because this is an area which will work on the cardiac system and circulatory system, which we cannot avoid except if we are taking good and effective precautions to avoid more complication affecting your body. Because system of the renal system and the circulatory system and the brain is the most serious organs which are affected, and always suddenly you find yourself in a state of delirium, hallucination, area of tension in the brain, also burns all over the body if you are not having any protection on your body. So the first and forbidden issue is that to expose your body and find no cotton sheet or coverage which can protect your skin from burns, or it can be done to extend it all the ground and put the patient on and try to elevate the lower limbs to guard against any systematic failure in such situation, because dehydration is very serious. Also, when you need to eliminate or to give this patient water, you give it gradually and with a caution that you cannot deprive any part of the body from
Dr.
the
Hoda, would you
natural
please, I want to
content
focus
of
on
the
this.
water.
When you're talking about water, you mean water, just potable, clean water, or fluids in general?
Well, water should be provided in a temperature which is convenient to the body because it's a clean water, of course. And the other issue is that you give water supplied with some
I mean,
effective,
Dr. Hoda,
you
if I
know,
am drinking tea or coffee or
no, no,
juice
no,
or
no, no.
whatever, this
Drinking
under the
tea
umbrella
or
of water?
coffee is not the treatment.
Okay.
Coffee, especially coffee, you try to avoid coffee, you try to avoid tea, and try to drink water, which is simple water, and something nourishing your system. Maybe you add some little sugary element, but not extensive because we avoid sugary water or any extra elements in the water itself because actually it will bring you in a state of delirium more. So water should be simple, easy, and try to avoid also any content of the salt, extra salt, but it will be minimal doses of salty water or not actually salty water because we trying to avoid any extra concentration and to prevent osmosis in the body
Yeah.
because sometimes what we face in this situation that this water should be provided in a special way. And especially if you are exposed in a club or area outdoor. Outdoor areas is very serious in such condition. What we advise actually that we have plenty of water, try to seek for an IV or intravenous element, and intravenous here will be a balanced water. Sometimes we use the diluted water for the certain babies or extra the babies for the dehydration. They have special solutions to add to their body because to avoid the effect of severe dehydration and severe hypotension, which can bring you in a state of...
Because this is very risky. But if you
Yes.
permit me, Dr. Hoda, I want to ask also about people with chronic diseases. Should they consult their doctors during these heat waves? Maybe they should change the dose of their medications or even the active ingredients in some medications to cope with what's going on?
Well, as a matter of fact, this is a serious point also that people are driving or having. They don't think about having an extra water in their cars or with their bags. I advise always to carry a small bottle of water and try to accommodate with the heat because heat here is very serious and it won't let you have any chance except if you are exposed to in an open area where the sun is very severe or heat is extra. And the thing that the cardiac condition and people with a renal condition or dehydration issue regarding taking tablets to control blood pressure or to control their blood sugar level in outdoor, they should be advised by their doctors, and they should also avoid being outdoor for a long time because this is very serious with a heavy concentration and effect on the brain and on the state of mind. You find that the people are hallucinating. They don't say any word which is consistent with their requirements, and they are in a delirium stage,
Yeah.
which gives you kind of words and third speech, and you cannot figure out what they want. So
Yep.
this is one of the signs and symptoms which can provide you a clear state of mind about the heat stroke here and how they are suffering, because the brain tissue is the most serious and
We wish that
dramatic
all
effect.
people are not going to be exposed to these risks, and we wish that all the heat waves are going to have an end that soon. We were very much delighted to have with us via phone Dr. Hoda Rezkana, Professor of Intensive Care, Faculty of Medicine, Cairo University. Thank you very much for your input and have a very good day, Dr. Rezkana. By this, we come to the end of our episode of our breakfast show today. Tomorrow is another episode. Stay tuned on Nile TV International for more updates, and for more details, please log on to www.nileinternational.net. Many thanks for watching. This was Nirmina Abdurrahman.